and go to the other channel on the. There we go. Yeah. Okay, we're up.
Cool.
Yeah. What's up, Internet World? With the News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
Leroy.
There we go.
Is this it? No, this one. Why does it do that?
That's a good question. I don't know why it didn't put the other one for the other one, but
Yeah, that's interesting.
it is what it is.
Why it's slowed over?
Yeah, we are back.
Back again.
When was the last time we streamed? 2-3 weeks ago?
I mean, we can just look right here. If you pull up.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're back talking about Daredevil's back to save us for some street level justice.
On your channel.
It's been rumored for years. People wanted it to happen.
13 days ago.
There we go. That don't sound right.
Yeah,
Really?
it was.
That was it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's this?
Mm.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was talking about people in the front.
I was talking about the ad. I was trying to get that off.
Oh, there we go. Fair enough.
What up, people?
We got in here Brian B. We got Edward Sanchez, D. Steezel, the oldies but the goodies coming in to join us. Yeah, we're talking about Daredevil. We're also talking about some video game stuff. And chat, help us out because I know Xbox and Bethesda have announced their E3 press conference, whatever it's going to be called. It's called the Showcase. It's happening June 12th. I know there will be more. I know Jeff Keighley is doing his video game summer, whatever it's called, Summer Games. I know his thing, but I don't know exactly what's happening when. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the only thing officially announced is Xbox and Bethesda. People were excited for that until Xbox and Bethesda decided to say Starfield and Redfall have been delayed till next year. People are not happy, which rightfully so. We'll get into that. Where you want to start?
I said Xbox.
I know that. I'm saying it for the audience so we can jump into the thing.
I just figured you would start.
I hate you sometimes.
I figured you would have just been like, okay, let's start with Xbox. Because you were talking about it.
I never do that.
Well, you should. Also, you should clean your glasses.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all right.
You should.
Nah, I like them how they look.
If you thought you could see before.
Right? Like, ooh, look at everything I can see.
Just imagine if you cleaned them.
Maybe. But,
Yeah, start with Xbox.
so what do you want to know?
Everything. What is it? Why did they decide to do it? Why did they decide to pull out an E3? Because there was an article on, I think, Polygon.
Well, this isn't...
Hold on. That
God, you asked me the questions.
everybody was... E3 was scrambling to fill the void of everybody pulling out of E3.
But E3 was canceled before they announced this thing.
I understand that. What I'm saying is like, why? So they decided to do this because E3 was canceled? And would they, and I guess...
No, because this... It's hard to tell because E3 isn't there, but this still would have happened the same thing. Because this is essentially... Xbox always went on Sunday anyway for their press conference. They were usually first. Then I think it was Sony maybe Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening, and then Nintendo might have been Tuesday morning or flip.
Okay.
So usually it was Microsoft went first, and then you had Sony and Nintendo go. But Sony and Nintendo have been at E3 in forever.
Correct.
Xbox and Microsoft have always had their thing on Sunday. Usually it was tied with E3. Last year it was probably tied with Jeff's Summer Gaming thing. But this event, it's the same event. It's just happening under a different wrapper because there isn't an E3.
Okay.
So it's not like this wasn't expected. It's just now there's no official E3 banner to tie it to.
All right. So what is this?
It's probably going to be an hour and a half of Microsoft and, well, essentially just Microsoft's Xbox and Bethesda talking about all the games that are coming, why you should be excited, even though Starfield and Redfall were delayed.
Well, you can be delayed and they can still show stuff from it, correct?
You can.
So
Here's the thing. Do you show stuff from it? What do you think? I don't know if you do, because at this point, it's kind of like you're just sticking them like, yeah, here's something that you're going to have to wait forever to play.
I would say, yeah, because if this is the thing, we have not seen a trailer for either of these games.
What do you mean? We haven't seen trailers.
Gameplay trailers.
Okay.
So everything you've seen has been some type of highly mocked up, generated, like, this is coming.
Sure.
But we've never, no one, like the common people, you know.
Yeah, I don't think you and me haven't seen like regular just gameplay video of either game, I don't believe.
Because Redfall, the trailer looks nice, but that's not gameplay. I mean, it's a nice little vignette.
It was all like CG stuff.
Uh-huh. And
Now Starfield was in engine.
that's nice, but again, we don't know.
What are you doing in the game?
There you go. And
Right.
two, we don't know how the game looks because here's the thing, and I know for a fact because I went off past work from people, and I was beating the drums for Cyberpunk to be the greatest thing ever and revolutionize gaming, and we saw all in engine stuff.
In a way, it kind of did revolutionize gaming.
And so, and then look what happened. And Cyberpunk finally, 2 years later, is basically running the way it should have ran when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I personally believe you show something for it. If you push it back to the beginning of 2023, first quarter, because that's what they said they pushed it back to, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was February, and that's first quarter of 2020.
Sure. I just know 2023.
So here it is right here. Oh no, this is old because they don't even have that those were delayed.
Yeah.
I say you show something. I say you finally show. Here's a trailer. Here's gameplay. Show someone and say, hey, this is what you were going to get. We wanted to be better stewards of our employees. We didn't want to go into crunch. We didn't want to have this on our hands.
Sure.
And here you go. Because I'm only going to buy an Xbox for this game.
For Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I know Gears of War ain't coming out anytime soon.
Probably not.
I mean, it's at least, 2-3 years away?
Well, who knows? We haven't seen Gears in a minute. Like, you could, I think you could reasonably make the case Gears could come out next year. I think you can make that case.
Really?
Yeah. On when did Gears? I think you
time
can make
out.
that case
Time out.
because
That-
Gears. What was it? 5?
Please make that case.
Gears 5 was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gears 5 came out when? Chat. When did Gears 5 come out? They can probably tell us before you look it up. I don't know.
I'm not looking it up. I'm looking
Oh,
to see what Starfield delayed. Did they say when it would come out? Like, I spelled Starfield.
2019. Okay. Gears came out 2019. 2023 would then be 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working with some of the same character models and assets, it might be in Unreal Engine 5, which will maybe take some time to figure out. But 4 years for a game time and a game that you've been working on, that is relatively feasible.
If you were working on it, and the last thing we've heard that they were not working on it.
No, they were working on it.
They said that was a long way away.
Gears, I think, I'm not saying it could come, I'm not saying it will, I'm saying 4 years, a 4 year gap between Gears 5 and Gears 6 is feasible.
It is. I guess what I'm saying is there has been I have not seen anything, and the last that I heard was Gears 6. Don't plan on that anytime soon. It's not in the.
Okay.
That's again. I don't know anything official.
Sure.
So that's why I said, for me, the only reason why I would buy an Xbox for me is Game Pass and Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy an Xbox, whatever one I could find. I would buy it for this game. If it plays, if it's up to anything.
Herbert Thornton said, could you discuss Sony and how the movie studio made Uncharted and Sony's position as an arms dealer?
Yep.
Sir, I'm not qualified enough to talk on that. I just thought that was a great... okay, we can get in that. But I thought that was a great comment. But let's stick with Microsoft and Xbox and Bethesda. So, I agree. I was just kind of playing devil's advocate. Should you show something? Here in your position, I agree you should show 10, 15 minutes or something.
To me, you have to.
I think what you really need to show for people to be excited about Redfall is actual stuff because, again, only thing we've seen in Redfall is a CG trailer.
Yep.
Not even in-game stuff, so
Nope.
we don't know anything about how it works, how it moves. And I think it was supposed to be probably a 4-player tactical game about, well, not tactical, but 4-player co-op with fighting vampires. Mm-hmm. Sounds cool. I don't know what that means. I think you show that stuff. I think you could show Gear 6. I think it would be a really big boon if you could be like, Gear 6 comes out next year because nobody's expecting it.
I guess my thing is I agree with you, but usually stuff like that, there's rumblings.
Leaks
So,
and
like,
stuff?
leaks. Like, you
Sure.
know, like, Marvel can't stop. Marvel can't even stop leaks to the point where they have decided we're going to go with leaks and we're just going to leak everything.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel's like, we can't stop it, so let's make fake trailers. Let's tell people what's coming out because we can't stop it.
Brian B., there was a leak about a Gears remaster in the vein of the Master Chief
See,
Collection.
that would be big. That they could do that because, that, like you said, if you're working with the same character models, and you're just basically doing an Xbox, Microsoft basically using Gears 5 models, and just remaster everything, that would be big.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because if you did that, that probably would be a Game Pass game.
Oh, for sure. Everything. I think what I envision Xbox would do, or what Microsoft would do, is again continue to push how great Game Pass is. Game Pass is great when there are games to play.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is, for the past 2 to 3 or 4 years, Phil Spencer, Uncle Phil, has been buying up all these studios for Xbox.
Yep.
And we've all been like,
Machine Gun Games.
like, hey, it's great, they're all coming, and eventually we're going to get these games. They still haven't come yet. So as much as I don't want to ignite the fanboy wars, Sony can still claim, hey, we're continuing to push out this content until Microsoft shows something, because they have this potential to be great, but we don't know yet because they bought all these studios, but nothing's coming out.
Well, I mean, part of it is like, I guess it goes back to what you were saying before. You can announce stuff, but it takes a long time to build these games because, one, are you going to build for past generation? Are you going forward? Because remember, Gotham Knights was supposed to be PS4 and
Xbox
PS5.
One, yeah.
And now they're like, nah.
Yeah.
It's just straight. And I wonder, did that help get that? Were they like, is that why it got pushed back? Because they were like, we can't do this. Because honestly, if Cyberpunk had focused on one system,
Sure.
would they have had those problems that they had? And here's my thing: is that what Starfield and Redfall are running into?
I don't think so, only because those games, well, I can't speak for Redfall, but Starfield from the jump was always said it was coming on at the time next gen stuff. So it was never, Starfield was never promised for the current gen PS4, Xbox One.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
No, that because when, what's his name, Pete Hines? Pete Hines said,
You know these people.
no, Todd Howard. Todd Howard said, this is the stuff that we're looking for into the future, talking about Elden Ring 6. No, not Elden Ring. I saw Elden Ring. Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, that was all stuff coming up for that.
Bank 757 said he just finished Elden Ring. That's why it popped in your head.
Yeah, man. Talk about a game that looks cool that I'll never play.
Elden
Ring, yeah.
You just watch the videos, don't you?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a fan of a super hard game. Like, I get it. People like that. That ain't for me. I don't
Yeah,
do
but
that.
it's not super hard.
It's a Dark Souls style game, right?
It is, but the way the game is set up,
Uh-huh.
you can play however you want. So you can like go super hard, or you can just build your character up by beating up little people and then building your character up. So that's one of the things that people are liking about this one
Okay.
versus the Dark Souls, where it just like punishes you right out the gate.
Well, I'll tell you what. When Microsoft decides to put that, make a deal with From Software to put that in Game Pass, maybe we'll try it out.
So here's what my question. Here's what if they're smart. And these are people who run companies, but my thing I would say, I say show Starfield. I say show in-game Redfall. And I say announce what you have in the pipe from these companies that you bought. Are you going to do another? We know Elder Scrolls is coming out. Are you going to show like a nice souped up teaser for that? We know that Outer Worlds 2 is coming out. They showed, and this is the thing. I love what Outer Worlds did was. Outer Worlds basically called out all the people who do these things. Mm-hmm. Here's the hero. Here's the trailer. Like, go look up Outer Worlds 2 trailer for Video Game Awards. Mm-hmm. They called that BS out. And I think that's what I liked about Outer Worlds. So let's see now Outer Worlds in game. So show us from what these companies that you bought are working on.
What I want to see is, I want to see whatever that beautiful, almost watercolored game that Rare's working on, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, I think it was a 4-player game. Looked really cool, graphic. The art style was great. I want to see that. I want to see Fable, because
Yep.
Play 10, I don't know, whatever Xbox Studio's working on it. We had that
Just
the
the
trailer.
the not fake trailer, but just like the fairy
Concept art trailer. Yeah, I want to see that gameplay. And after playing Forza Horizon, I kind of want to see what Forza Motorsport looks like, because that should probably be coming in 2023 as well. Horizon came out last year. Yeah, Horizon came out last year with Infinite.
Yeah.
So I would want to see what Forza Motorsport 4 or 5 looks like. I am curious what all these studios are working on. These smaller studios. It'd be nice to see what this Indiana Jones game looks like. There was a game that kind of had an Uncharted style feel where you were a treasure hunter looking for stuff. I want to see what that game looks like. So I think there's a bunch of stuff to show. I guess the question is, how do you win back these gamers who have supported you and be like, all right, Uncle Phil, let's do this. We're excited. We know the big criticism was you weren't buying game studios. You bought them now, so what do you have to show for it?
Perfect Dark.
I read that was in development hell. It would be interesting to see what's going on with Perfect Dark. Yeah.
I mean, we saw some. I mean, this is the thing. You see all these nice little concept trailers, or this is what we're going for. This is what we're doing, and that's great. But every game. Every game is not going to hit it out of the park.
Sure.
And I would rather you take a risk, like a Death Stranding. I'd rather you swing and miss. For some people, you'll never finish Death Stranding.
I don't see myself going back to it.
Although
it is going to be on PlayStation Plus now, right?
Yeah.
That's a reason for me to pick
I'm
it
gonna
up.
be honest with you. I'm gonna buy the director's cut, and I'm gonna play it again.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Once I figured out.
If you have PlayStation Plus, you could just download the director's cut.
I refuse to give them my money.
All right. Okay.
No,
Cool.
Sony, you won't get a dime out of me for that. Not until you fix it. Nope.
All right.
There was a Greedfall 2 announcing? Wow. I was shocked that that's getting a sequel. I liked Greedfall.
It looked cool. I never played it. I didn't know if the player base was still happening. I guess people were still playing it.
I like Greedfall. I haven't finished it yet, but it's one of those games where I started, I was like, ooh.
So,
This is
here's
nice.
a question. Greedfall 2, is that also going to be exclusive? Because Greedfall was exclusive to PlayStation, right? I don't think it came to Xbox. Well,
Yeah, it was on Xbox.
It was? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
It was because it was on their thingy,
I don't know what that means.
their service.
Oh, Game Pass? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So here's something from Screen Rant or Game Rant. Because Starfield was their big game. Every year somebody has a big game, right? So Starfield to me was their big game. It's not a launch title, but it was, to me, this was the game outside of Halo that was supposed to show off how powerful the system was. Because the whole time they were talking about Starfield and everybody was talking about Halo, they were talking about it in the sense of the Xbox is a more powerful system than the PlayStation 5. So, to me, you have to justify this weight, because I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, there's no difference between the systems, like gameplay wise. Like you can play basically some of the same games on both systems. Mm-hmm. We've seen what the PlayStation 5 can do with Ratchet and Clank. Mm-hmm. What does Xbox and Microsoft have that's on par with that, showing the power of your system?
You mean like visual fidelity?
I'm talking everything. Visual fidelity, the fact of loading the loading screens, like the fluid movement of the game. Ratchet and Clank showed like this is next gen gaming. Mm-hmm. What does Xbox have that is unique to Microsoft that they have? And I'm not knocking Halo. I'm not. I like Halo, but I'm not buying a system for Halo.
You,
And
I understand that. I don't know that you would be in the majority with that.
I I understand that for those people who like Halo and were happy for Halo, explain to me how Halo Infinite changed the game.
I don't think they can.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying with Ratchet and Clank. You could see. Remember the game that you told me that comes with the PS5?
Astrobot?
Yeah. And you were like,
Or whatever it is, one of the Astrobots.
and you were like, yo. Like you were blown away by that because you were like, this shows us the power.
Well,
of
it showed it with the controller, how they just, what you can do with the controller, sure.
Where is that for Microsoft? And that's what I'm saying. To me, I thought that's what Starfield was. I thought that's what Starfield was supposed to show us. This is the power of this machine. And expect this type of gaming from us from now on. Now, I'm not mad that it's delayed. I know a lot of people are upset. A lot of people have, things to say. Just really calm down, sit down, take whatever you need to take. There's enough stuff out there to play. I would rather have them wait. Give me a good game versus giving us a broken game.
Sure.
Because you're going to complain. You're going to complain. You're going to complain. So I'm saying, wait. But what game is Microsoft going to show us that's going to say, you have to buy our system for this?
Maybe we'll see it at this press conference.
And
I don't know what it is, but maybe we'll see something.
And I don't know what I don't know if there's going to be someone else who shows up and Microsoft says, hey, we have a timed release. But there are a lot of games that could come out that could be one of those games that they could say, hey, Call of Duty's going to be a time release. Mm-hmm. Because we've heard some of the Call of Duty 2 leaks. We've seen some of that. We know that there's supposed to be an Assassin's Creed game coming out soon. Who knows when we're going to see any of that stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing that from Microsoft. Do not.
What, you mean Assassin's Creed from Microsoft?
What I'm saying is I wouldn't mind seeing something that makes me say I have to buy an Xbox.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Because so far, out of both systems, we both were going to buy both systems. I did not. I held my money and I said, I'm buying a PlayStation. Sony's got me. Mm-hmm. Microsoft convinced me to buy your system. And that's what I'm looking at this showcase. Because the floor is yours.
Microsoft got me with the fact that everything just runs faster, which is nice.
Yeah.
For me, for Xbox Series X. Being able to play everything, being able to play Cyberpunk as it was intended is great. Being able to play Xbox One versions that are enhanced with either faster, with more frames per second in it or better resolution overall has been great. And just faster load times has been great for me for Game Pass. So that's why I was happy to get the Series X. But yeah, there's no game I'm like, ooh, I could only play this or this can only be experienced the one way on Series X. So yeah, I get that.
And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to say, because so every company has that thing. So if you're talking streaming, Disney we're the only people who have Star Wars and Marvel. If you're Netflix, you're like, we're the only people who have Stranger Things. If you're Apple, we have this. If you're a car maker, Ford is the people who can say, you cannot buy a Mustang. We're the people who make a Mustang. If you're a Chevy, you have the Silverado. And what is that thing, Microsoft? Because you bought all these studios now. Here's the floor. Show me what you got.
I would be interested if they would announce another acquisition at this thing.
Well, EA is up.
Did you see the report about EA and NBC?
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. I know EA wants to be bought, but it's interesting. Like they're not necessarily trying to be bought by another game company so much as like other people. Like I saw Apple. They maybe approached Apple, possibly Disney,
Netflix,
Comcast.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting to see. I would like to know more if they can officially finalize this Activision Blizzard deal because Congress is still not 100% on board yet.
No, because Activision is hot garbage.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, Microsoft looked to buy Activision as soon as the report came out, and they were like, get them now. Mm-hmm. And so, not only you have that, you have Bobby Kotick. His wonderful leadership, and I use that air quotes with sarcasm. They're investigating his behind. I mean, I understand it's business. I don't know if I would buy another Activision game right now. After everything that I've seen, I want to support those people who make these games. I liked the new rebooted Call of Duty. I still play the old Call of Duty games every 6 months or a year. I pop in Modern Warfare.
From like the 360 era?
No, the updated one.
Okay, gotcha.
So I bought both of those updated versions and I play them. Mm-hmm. They stay on my PlayStation. I play them. I love those games. I'm kind of disgusted with Activision, and I feel bad for those people who work for that company. And I'm kind of like, I'm at a time now where I don't have to play that.
Sure.
Just like you said, you don't have to play a Dark Souls game. You can just watch.
Now, not for the same reason.
Yeah.
I'm not playing because I'm disgusted with the company, but yeah.
What I'm saying is, there's enough stuff out there that I can play that I don't have to have that experience.
Right.
What I'm saying is, Microsoft, you bought them. You're supposed to say, okay, we're going to clean this up. You have all of this time, power. What are you going to do with it? And that's what I'm looking forward to. When you told me this was coming, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Because I hadn't been paying attention. After Starfield got delayed, and I was like, oh, here's your opportunity to sell me an Xbox, basically. Because that's what this is.
Brian B has pointed out it's called Game Pass. That's what sells you on the Xbox.
And the Game Pass sells me on Xbox. Mm-hmm. But I'm not in a hurry to buy a Game Pass Xbox over a Steam Deck.
Also, here's the thing about Game Pass that Microsoft, that I've been championing forever, is they want you to play Game Pass anywhere. So they don't really care if you play Game Pass on an Xbox.
And that's why I say because they just want the continual money.
Right. The rumor is they're working on some type of Roku type thing, but their version of a Roku that you just plug into a TV and then you have Game Pass. So if they got that, they don't care if you have an Xbox.
I'm buying a Steam Deck. They got my little $5. I'm like I read everything on a Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. So Microsoft, you want me I'm gonna buy a Game Pass, but I know you want me to buy one of them systems. Mm-hmm. So
sure,
show me what you got. So that's how I feel about it, because I really, since Starfield was announced, it has gotten my interest because I need something, space. And that's about as close as I'm going to get to go to space. So
there we go. All right, so that'll be June 12th. Shameless plug. We will be streaming that. It'll either be both of us or one of us.
I'll hop on.
With another baby in your hand?
Mm-hmm. I have him right here.
There we go, folks. I would love to have that.
I'd be like, hey,
newborn baby. Okay, great. All right. Have y'all decided on a name, or y'all doing that?
Yeah, we're doing a name.
I mean, I know you are. Are you saying what the name is yet or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I told you what the name was. Stop acting up.
I'm going to be totally honest. This isn't a bit. I honestly forgot what it was. So you can tell me again after this, because I definitely forgot.
Nah, man, I'm not going to tell you now. You have to wait with everybody else.
Okay, fair enough.
You call him Baby Boy.
Baby Boy 2.
Yep.
Anyway.
First of all, no. He'll be the real Baby Boy, because I don't know what that... Ooh, Tyrese. Sorry.
Okay.
Still got PTSD from seeing Big.
I didn't mean Baby Boy from the movie. I meant Baby Boy 2 because your second son.
I'm just saying.
But anyway, all right. So talk
now
about
I got
this.
big rings in my head, butt naked.
Talk about this Sony being an arms dealer thing, because I don't even know what this is.
Oh, Sony's got their hands in everything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is this a topic? Somebody said talk about it. I don't have anything to say about it. You said you had something to say on it.
We'll move. We'll get to that later if we got time. But
okay.
Sony, because think about it. Do you know Yamaha sells motorcycles and pianos?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yamaha sells musical instruments. I have a Yamaha trombone.
Yep.
But yeah. Okay.
What?
This is your topic now.
But the floor is yours.
Daredevil's back, y'all. Yay.
No, he's not. He's not back.
Something's back.
They announced a Daredevil show for Disney Plus. That's all they said.
Yeah. And they said Charlie Cox will be reprising his role.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's written by the people who did Covert Affairs.
Boo! Boo!
I watched Covert Affairs. I don't know that it was a great show.
Boo!
I rarely watch it just because
it was on.
Well, no, I watched because Piper Perry
and it was on.
And I like, no. That's not why. I watched it because Piper Perabo was in it.
And it was on.
Anyway, but I like Piper Perabo, so that's why I watched it.
And it was on.
I hate you. So, are we excited about this? My opinion is, I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I'm not sad. I think it's cool that Charlie Cox gets to come back and work with the Marvel MCU universe. I hope it's going to be dark and gritty. The fact that we have those Netflix shows on Disney Plus now, and they have not been edited, they are in their original form, gives me hope that, well, if you brought this here, you could continue the same style of storytelling. Will they? I don't know.
Here's my problem, or not my problem. I have a lot of questions, and how do I? Because Warner Brothers is a mess. Warner Brothers can hit so many different things, and nobody expects a lot from them. So let's take Warner Brothers for example. Warner Brothers, to me, has done the best out of the big two comic book shows ever.
Sure.
Peacemaker and Watchmen.
We've said it on here multiple times.
You will not get me to change. As much as I like the Marvel shows, Peacemaker and Watchmen that's high class art. Like, I cried in Watchmen. I felt something when they killed Dr. Manhattan, and I was just like, yo, when I saw Regina King, when she pulled her, Wonder Woman, whatever you want to call it, and went against, the white supremacists, and was just, and he came out with her, and they were just like blasting, like Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Son, I was like, yo, that was amazing. Now, I'm not saying Marvel can't do that, but Marvel hasn't done it yet. As far as like adult, gritty, heavy material. They tried with Winter Soldier, and they did okay. Winter Falcon did okay. And I loved Winter Falcon for the subject matter that they attempted to. I enjoyed WandaVision, but I wonder how much of those were affected by COVID, by the pandemic, because we noticed some things with those shows.
Just in terms of like the release schedule for one. Because
Yeah.
when it first came out, Winter Falcon was supposed to be the first one, right?
Yep.
But then COVID happened, so they did WandaVision first.
And then we noticed at the end, that last episode, there was something weird because Darcy wasn't really in it. And it was interesting how the last episode was shot. Marvel still has yet to figure out how to do these shows. DC has gotten as much crap as we give them. DC has the Joker, won an Oscar. I don't like Joker. I've only watched it once. I'm never going to watch it again. And I was high on that. And for those people, I'm happy for you. Wasn't my cup of tea. I love Man of Steel. I love both Suicide Squads. They have gotten that part down. They've gotten that right. With all that being said,
you did like the first Suicide Squad.
I did.
I know.
And the thing
Every
is, I
time
know,
you say that,
and I know it's bad. Liking the first Suicide Squad is like liking some bad '80s movie, like Commando.
You know what movie I started watching today on HBO Max? The Ice Pirates.
Man, that's a great movie.
Never seen it before.
You're lying. That is hilarious. It is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
I watched that as a child.
That's how you became who you are. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely campy, but I was like, this is wild.
Yes.
But I'm watching on HBO Max.
And you were like, watching this. You're like, how did I ever not know this existed?
Yeah.
Like you're watching this thinking, I went my whole life not knowing this was a thing.
Also, I realized, I guess this might have been before PG-13 existed.
Yes.
Because this definitely should be a PG-13 movie, but it's only PG.
And they were letting kids like me watch that.
Yeah.
Parents had no idea.
They say some stuff and they're like, oh.
You were like,
All right.
Excuse me?
Yeah. But okay, go ahead.
So I say all of that to say DC they got a lot of work, but they've given us some hits. Marvel gave us some hits, and they gave us Daredevil, and we've seen what Daredevil is. Now I don't know what incarnation they're going to give us of Daredevil, and I would love for them to keep going what they had with the Netflix MCU as far as that type of tone, and just tighten it up. It doesn't need to be 13 episodes. Go ahead and kill off Karen Page for me. Give me that storyline, because she is annoying. And two,
You leave Deborah alone.
nope, I will not. I love her as an actress, and I think she's great. I just need her to die, because I need Daredevil to get hooked on drugs. I need Fall from Grace.
Okay.
I need the storyline. And then when that storyline goes, y'all don't understand. I'm waiting for, I want them to go through Daredevil, the storylines, and Karen Page is the key. I need her to die.
Okay.
So, and my question is, are they going to give us that? Because Netflix would have given us this. Netflix would have given us her strung out on drugs, her giving the secret identity to Kingpin knowing who Daredevil is, and then acting on it, and then exposing Daredevil's secret identity, Daredevil going to jail, they would do it. MCU Daredevil,
Or Disney Daredevil.
Disney D,
Sure.
DD for short, I don't know what they would do, because
We saw what Kingpin looks like in an MCU Disney show. And he is definitely... Vincent D'Onofrio is Vincent D'Onofrio, so he's always awesome. But his character definitely seems different than the one we got.
he seemed a
in
little
Netflix.
watered down. He had on a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah.
But is that comics accurate? Would
I mean, it just
Kingpin
depends.
wear a Hawaiian shirt?
I mean,
Maybe.
it's neither here nor there. But it's just one of those things where Baby Toshiro, Fall from Grace, yeah, and question his faith in season 2. But I need Karen Page to die so he can go through that downward spiral that we get from the Frank Miller run. And that's what I want. And I know I'm really being a real big nerd right now with that. For me personally, that's what I want to see. And I don't know if Disney is ready to give us that. I don't know if they're ready to give us Alias the way... I love Jessica Jones, the character. I love Alias the book. I don't know if they're ready to give us that, because I was not a fan of Jessica Jones in the MCU as far as the Netflix show. I thought it was okay. I thought Luke Cage, Mike Coulter was perfect casting. I think that season was a little wonky.
Which season?
Season 1.
Okay.
Because the Diamondback stuff was it went weird.
It did go
to
weird.
me, you should have stayed with Cottonmouth.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the issue of they didn't realize how awesome Mahershala Ali was as an actor.
How?
I mean, who knows? Sometimes, and again, I've never been on the set of something, but maybe when you're filming something, you don't know until you're like, oh man, we shouldn't have done whatever, until it's out in the world.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's kind of the same way with, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it's always been a conspiracy theory. The writers for Infinity War and Endgame did not realize how big Black Panther would have been, or else there would have been more time in Wakanda. If you think of that whole movie for Infinity War, their time in Wakanda wasn't a lot of the movie.
No.
But that movie made so much money, if they had known it beforehand, they would have rewritten it. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
This is my question. Then who are those writers, and why are we not slapping them upside the head? Because...
Well, those writers also gave us Winter Soldier and Civil War. I mean, they do a good job. They just didn't know.
They need to lose a finger for that. No. I will not accept you...
They're also the same people who gave us Endgame.
Sir. Okay, a toe. Pinky toe.
Okay.
You deserve to lose a pinky toe for saying that out loud. We didn't know Wakanda was going to be that big of a... Black Panther was going to be that big of a deal.
When I said that, I said at the beginning, that's what a theory is. They never said they came out and said
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I
didn't. Yes. I said that's what a theory.
All right, everybody, put your knives back.
Yes.
Let's calm down.
Leave those two men alone.
Let's
let them work on more stuff.
Let's let them work on more stuff. However, if that is true, never tell people that. Never tell anyone that because you need to lose a limb for that.
All right.
You giving us Wakanda and you was
Somebody asked earlier in the chat,
Super
are
black
we
people.
going to... Spoilers for whatever are over, right?
I don't think we spoiled anything.
Spoilers for... I mean, spoilers for what? You mean like... I feel like we haven't even... Yeah, I mean, as we're talking about all this, it's been years for all the Marvel Netflix shows. So I feel like that's fair game. Everything up into...
I mean, we haven't spoiled anything.
Yeah, we haven't spoiled anything really, I don't think.
Because everything we're talking about has been out for a while.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the chat earlier, do we think Matt Murdock shows up in She-Hulk?
That's
I hope so.
So thank you. Who said that?
You have to go back, way back. I don't know. It was earlier, and we were still talking about Xbox stuff.
And so that's one of the things that I was thinking. The reason, because here's the thing, they have done a very good job of. I will give Marvel and I'll give Disney their props for saying certain things. Bank 757, good job. Because this is the thing I don't know if you've been paying attention to. Remember when...
Oh, dang.
What?
Leroy, I haven't seen Watchmen series, and you just said who died.
How you not seen The Watchmen?
I don't know what's going on in Bank 757's life. That I don't know.
It's on HBO Max.
Stuff.
Come on.
It is what it is, man.
All right, from now on, if it's been out for 2 years, we gonna spoil it.
40 minutes into this chat, now you know what our
Now
rule
you
is.
know, yeah.
2 minutes. If it's been out for 2 years, we're gonna spoil it. Go ahead.
Has that been out for 2 years?
Watchmen?
Or is it 3?
I mean, it's been out at least 2 years because we did our Watchmen thing before the pandemic. So. Yeah.
All right, let's 3 years. 3 years. If it's been out for 3 years, we gonna spoil it. That's your only warning
Yep.
today.
In this one stream.
This one stream.
Hopefully you watch.
Tell your friends.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Disney has done a good job of releasing things, but giving you, like, before it releases, like, kind of setting you up for something. So remember that they said in The Mandalorian, Grogu had the healing powers or whatever. And then Rise of Skywalker came out and they were like, hey, we're like something's gonna happen.
Sure.
And then they were like, when Daredevil, everybody was like, is Matt Murdock gonna show up? And then Hawkeye came out first, and then the Kingpin showed up, and then Matt Murdock showed up.
So just so you, before you do that, that thing you're about to say does not fall in the idea of it's been out for 3 years.
Okay.
So you're already breaking your rule. I'm just, as long as you know that, cool. But you're already breaking your rule of what you just said.
Anyway, okay, for this one part.
Okay, cool. Now go ahead.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
Marvel does this thing of setting it up. So they announce Charlie Cox getting a Disney Plus show. We know She-Hulk is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, in other words, did they release that knowing Charlie Cox was going to be in She-Hulk? Because they've done a good job of doing that. Like, hey, so-and-so is going to be in this,
Sure.
and then the next thing that comes out within that week or so, so-and-so shows up. And I think that's a very good leap to say, hey.
Slight early spoilers for She-Hulk, but this is all based on information that has been out there and the recent trailer that came out. My whole thing when WandaVision finished and she did her mess with the town of Westview, I said it would have been cool if Jessica Walters represented Wanda as her case. That's what I wanted to happen. I don't think that's happening in the new She-Hulk.
No.
But she is representing Emil Blonsky, Abomination.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Wanda, I'm not showing up to trial.
I mean, she don't have to, yeah. But I just thought it would have been, I think it could have been a weird, like a fourth dimension thing, of comedy thing of, yeah, you're in trial. But I think it's going to be cool. One thing I didn't see from the trailer is, and I don't know She-Hulk that well, but she does kind of break the fourth wall, right? Maybe not as much as Deadpool.
And one of her comments, yeah.
But so they didn't really do that in the trailer.
I wouldn't want to do it either. You give too much away.
Well, Is that because you didn't want to do it in the trailer because you don't think it's part of the show, or you don't want to give that away?
I do want to give it away.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. Cool.
So that's one of those things that I'd be like, yo, don't give too much stuff away. That's how I look at it.
D. Steezel said, "None of y'all better not spoil Top Gun 1 because I'm watching it before."
Oh,
I
they
watch
got
the sequel."
jokes now to talk about. Don't spoil Guardians of the Galaxy. They got jokes.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's
Okay. It was above my head. I thought somebody was serious.
Yeah.
Also, you should go. I rewatched Top Gun 1. Man, what a movie of its time, but it is great.
It is, and it makes no sense. Like those aerial dogfights make no sense.
And everybody is so sweaty all the time.
That's not sweat. That's grease.
Is that what it is?
So they can glisten in the sunlight.
They weren't in the sunlight. They were in the sub.
So they
Or sorry, not the
aircraft carrier.
aircraft carrier, not the sub.
Yeah,
Whatever.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is they weren't outside. They were just glistening, hot. But yeah, I can't wait for Top Gun 2. That movie looks great.
So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, and I personally have my doubts. Yeah, I told you they got jokes.
Chat, I love y'all, man.
I told you they got jokes.
Chat don't ever change.
Yeah. So, I don't know, and that's why I was like, I like Daredevil. Here's my thing, no knocking any of the MCU shows that have come out because there've been some great moments. Name one moment that you remember from an MCU show the way you remember the hallway fight in Daredevil. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I don't know if I can think of anything that tops that. It's like, man, this scene it is built up. Yeah, that might be the best thing I've seen.
And this is the thing, you didn't even know it was coming.
No.
So, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, I don't know if the MCU can deliver that TV-wise. What Daredevil, like, when Frank Castle escaped prison? Yo, like, and I don't know if the MCU can deliver that. Mm-hmm. And so, now I'm on record of saying, I like Defenders. I did not like Iron Fist. I never bothered to watch season 2 of Iron Fist. And I know you keep saying it got better.
It did get better. I mean, it's still not great, but it did get better.
I mean, that's...
But it's not high praise.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, no one in the MCU has topped those two things. And that came from the Netflix shows because they were gritty, because they were allowed to do these things. I don't know how you bring those characters in and still keep that type of... Or are you developing a whole new line of adult stuff that stays behind? Because I don't know if you guys realize this. For me, I had to update my parental settings when they announced the Netflix stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So are you going to keep it in that same vein? Are you going to water down Daredevil so that he can be in the MCU? Or are you going to basically create a Marvel MCU, like, so Marvel had a line of comics called Marvel the Max line or the Marvel Knights line, which were different type of stories, kind of in continuity, kind of not. Is that what you're doing? That's what I want to know, so I can not get my hopes up for something that may not happen.
Sure, I get it. Yeah, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I can talk about this all the time.
I know, but you got other stuff to do. Did you want to hit on Sony?
Nah, just leave Sony alone.
Okay.
They got their own problems right now with that Uncharted movie.
That was a fun movie.
You watched it?
Of course I watched it. Why would I not watch it?
Oh, I wouldn't go watch it.
I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm not looking at it to be like, man, this is about to be an Oscar-winning movie. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I looked at it and I was like, that I watched one trailer and I've only watched it once and I was like, nope.
It was a fun turn your brain off popcorn movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun.
I had no. Yeah, Banks for 757, Punisher Max is fire. And that's what so this is my question. With all of these street level people, how do you plan to pull this off? Because you've introduced them from Netflix. So are you going to keep him over there, or are you going to bring him over here? Because Punisher kills people.
Yeah.
Punisher kills a lot of people.
Yeah.
The Punisher's a serial killer. And Marvel has kind of hadn't figured out how to handle the Punisher, especially in this climate. And to me, I'm going to be honest with you. The Punisher to me is the most challenging character to do, but would be the most fun to do. Mm-hmm. Especially in this day and age, and that's why I said DC has gotten a handle on their characters and talking about subject matters to where you're like, I didn't know anybody could do that. Mm-hmm. So to me, the Punisher would be the show that I really want to work on, because you're dealing with PTSD, violence, veterans getting help. You're dealing with law enforcement and people who believe in him and people who are like, he's a criminal. Then you got the rest of the MCU like, we just gonna let this dude run around with guns and knives killing people? Mm-hmm. No judge, jury, and executioner. And the Punisher's like, I know I'm crazy. However, you need me. Mm-hmm. And everybody, and because again, the MCU turns a blind eye to the Punisher. So,
have you seen Honest Trailer's review of Moon Knight yet?
No.
It's really good because they have one comic panel where I guess Moon Knight met Frank Castle, and like the dialogue between was like, wow, this is why it's hilarious.
Have you not seen that?
Wow, no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought because it's a meme. Like when he's like,
how's your family? And
he's like,
you still crazy?
He's still crazy.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, how's your family?
God.
That happened in Matthew Rosenberg's last run of Punisher.
Yeah.
Now, Jason Aaron's new run of Punisher, I won't spoil that. Go pick it up. The Punisher takes over the hand. That's all I'm going to say.
Does he turn black in that one too, or no?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
That's back in the day.
That's back in the day.
He not go.
Let's do that storyline on Disney Plus.
That'd have to be a Hulu storyline.
That's some stuff.
That'd have to be next to Atlanta.
Oh, man.
Somebody get Donald Glover on that.
Man.
But yeah, like that's why I was saying with like the Warner Brothers shows, you could do so much with some of these MCU shows as far as like taking time and like crafting them and doing like just like I like Moon Knight. I thought Moon Knight was okay. But again, Moon Knight is not Watchmen. Watchmen is honestly one of the greatest shows ever made. In my opinion, it's top 10 for me.
Okay. David Cooper. It's kind of, I think the thing that we all kind of agree with. Just look at the cartoon they made of Kingpin when they brought him to Disney Plus. No fake that we're going to get the level of greatness that Netflix gave us in Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones. We don't know until it happens. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't know, and that's why I said when everybody was so excited, I was one of the people who were like, "Ooh, I don't know about this." And that's where I'm kind of like, we knew eventually they were going to bring them in.
Chat, help us out. I saw somebody, and you brought this up before that, I think Kristen Ritter and Mike Coulter have both talked about, like maybe teasing that they might be back in some form or capacity. Who's Iron Fist? Finn Jones? I don't know his name. I want to put that. That's his name.
It's Finn something.
I don't think that person has teased coming back. Have they?
I mean, I don't even know if he wants to come back.
I don't know if that person is acting. If you come back for a job, you're going to come back for a job.
But here's the thing. So a lot of people realize, like when they take a job or they're doing a job, and I wonder if he realizes, yeah, this role and the backlash he got for it, maybe I bow out. And because, so perfect example, the guy who plays the villain in Deadpool, what's his name?
In Deadpool.
He's the guy who tricks Deadpool. He's the guy who kidnaps Vanessa. Martin.
I can kind of remember the face, but I don't remember the character's name or whatever. But, okay.
Hold on. Because I'm going somewhere with this. Ed Skrein. So Ed Skrein was cast in the Hellboy movie to play an Asian character. And he listened to some of the backlash and was like, you're right. I'm a white guy. This character was originally created for an Asian character. We should cast an Asian person. And because he's like, there's so few roles for Asian Americans or Asians in Hollywood that I should not be taking this role. Mm-hmm. And he bowed out. And I think they got Daniel Day Kim who played the werewolf, the guy who had the thing. So I don't know if Finn decided and was like, yo, maybe this is not the role for me.
Joe Ellis said, please make Sonny from Into the Badlands a new Iron Fist. I'd be cool with that. That guy's awesome. So
Swordmaster from the comics, for those people who have been reading comics, Swordmaster is the new Iron Fist. Danny Rand, and this is the thing, I like Danny Rand, the comic character. They just did a terrible job of him in the show. I wouldn't mind him coming back and them actually
doing it right.
And I wouldn't mind him coming back and teaching the new Iron Fist. Like he said, excuse me, he steps back and says, hey, I'm taking over the Rand Corporation. I don't have time to be the Iron Fist. And we've seen that. I'm going to be honest with you. Go read the last Iron Fist that Danny Rand was, where basically he was losing some of that chi, and he was realizing, like so in the comics, a lot of people are calling Danny Rand a pretender, that he is an Asian and he was a fake Iron Fist, and that Kung Long, is it Kung Long?
That sounds right.
Lost its way when Danny Rand became Iron Fist. And so there's all these people who are like calling him out. I wouldn't mind seeing him realize that.
Brick Warren says, sup fellas, making the family watch right now. Please say hi to the Warrens. Hey,
Warrens. What's up, Warrens?
Hello.
Woo!
Thanks for joining us.
The Warrens are here, people. Everybody say hi to the Warrens.
Yes, that'd be great. Say yes.
Ken from Chicago says colonizer. Yes.
Yes.
So if you go read the last run before Swordmaster becomes Iron Fist, that was kind of the theme. He was like realizing he is Iron Fist. I need to accept this responsibility, take it seriously. But also there are some people who are always going to look at me as a pretender. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think they did not do a good job with. They did a horrible job with that. And they made him so stupid. Mm-hmm. And Danny Rand is aloof, kind of like Hawkeye somewhat, but he's not a dumb person. He runs a multi-billion-dollar company. Mm-hmm. Like that just really bothered me. Okay. So that's why I said I would love to see them actually take that character and do it justice, because Danny Rand deserved better. The character Iron Fist deserved better. And we have had countless other Asian Iron Fists show those on the screen.
Sure.
But that's just me. So
Danny Dumb, yeah, boom, boom. Okay. You want to hit on anything else? Like of the topics we talked about?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I will say this. You want to do it now or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
We got the most people, so.
All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this channel. However, we're going to start a new channel that is not affiliated with News 19. It's going to be ours. So we'll own the content. So we may not be here for a little bit, but we're going to have a new channel. It's going to be starting. It's going to... go ahead and tell them.
We Trying. That's the name of our channel.
That's the name of the channel. The channel's going to be called We Trying.
Be sure to follow us on YouTube for We Trying.
Yep.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter,
Instagram,
and Twitch.
Yep.
All for We Trying.
Yep.
Oh, well, actually,
We Trying y'all. We Trying y'all.
Yeah. Type it in the thing.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I should go to the actual the Twitters, and then type it in here.
I mean, sure, maybe.
That would be smart. Account is locked. That's what it says. Account is locked. Man, when was the last time I signed in here?
I don't know.
Oh, log in.
Now you're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so Well,
Link it in the video description too. Yeah.
Talk to people, yeah. Talk to the people.
So essentially, we came up with the ideas because we wanted to give you guys more content and do it without the backing, so that we could be free to kind of say whatever we want. Because y'all know Leroy wants to just be able to do whatever, whenever. So I'm kind of scared about what that means for our channel. Hopefully, won't get banned. But it'll be fun. You know, Leroy's a character.
I'm not trying to start a cult or anything.
I mean, you say that now. I don't know. That's probably what cult leaders say. I'm not trying to start one, and then they do.
That is true.
See, there we go.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah. So
we have been known to do that.
yeah. You can find us. You'll see a photo of Leroy and myself when we were younger and prettier.
First of all, I'm always pretty.
I said what I said, but you can find us on Twitter. We trying y'all. YouTube, we trying. Instagram, we trying y'all. And Twitch, we trying y'all. But you got to type the stuff in the thing.
Yeah, but I was trying to find a link.
Okay.
Like, how do I?
I think it's in the probably in the profile.
Is that it? Ah, there you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Kim from Chicago says freedom. That's pretty much what it is. So that's, I'm always pretty.
Baby Touch Rose, this is a spoiler. I guess it could be the biggest spoiler.
So basically, we're going to keep this channel for work purposes. So we'll still do press plays and stuff like that, but we're going to do a new channel, have different things. So I'm going to try to do some comic reviews, and we're going to talk a lot more about comics. Michael's the game person, so we're going to do more of that kind of stuff. We're going to still do like a...
you should put in all the links.
Oh, yeah. Well, IMAX, if you can put in the IG, because I haven't logged into that yet.
Yeah. Twitch. I think it's just we trying because there's no y'all on it, right?
Yeah. Did we make it active yet?
Yeah, but I think the issue is there's probably nothing on there.
Oh, that's right.
It's going to be tough to find the the YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
What we plan to do is probably stream to both channels for the foreseeable future for a little bit, so that people can see both channels, both the News 19 Nerds YouTube and the We Tryin' YouTube channel. And then you guys will be able to follow us back and forth there, and more content will show up. Next week, I'm on call at my job, but I'm hoping we can stream next week, and then the following week we'll be back to normal. We probably, we probably won't be streaming from here. We'll be streaming from our individual houses because we've been testing that, and we think we got that to work. So that will be coming up soon. But yeah, this is kind of allow us to do more things, probably be able to do more content that we want to do, and yeah, it'll be fun.
So I got to give Michael props, because when we started talking about this, we were looking for a name that would like what nobody has. And as I was driving, Michael was like, man, we just need to tell these people we tried. And I was like, that's the name. And he was like, for real? I was like, dude, we trying. Like, they know who we are. And we're just two dudes trying to cover as much nerd news as we can to keep our sanity with this crazy world going on around us.
So full as we do behind these spoilers, I got the idea. It's definitely an idea that I copied from Kind of Funny. I've talked about the Kind of Funny people a lot because we're kind of in the same spirit of Kind of Funny. They say they're kind of funny, so that's what they are. We're the same people. We're trying, we'll try our best to give you guys new content. Yeah. But that's just essentially what we're doing, trying and nerd culture, pop video games, comic books, all that stuff. We trying.
Because there's topics we probably can't cover that we know we can't cover because we're attached to the news station, and that's fine. We understand that. There's limitations. I run right up to that limitation every day.
Every day.
Every day. And part of me...
Part of you wants to be a troll and does it on purpose.
Yes.
To see my face, and I'm like...
Yes. And I do it to see if anybody from management is paying attention. Because I'm waiting for that day that somebody's like, yo, that was a real good episode. Or somebody says, Leroy, can you come to my office? I don't know if you can say that. And I'm like, well, fund us. I'm doing...
Did you,
Yes. What?
Well, I guess I'll do it in the next ones.
Okay.
Well, because we got Twitter, but I wanted to get more stuff for the YouTube. I don't. There's got to be a way for us to access the YouTube, though, right?
I have no idea. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to film a bunch of stuff. And then what we're going to do is the channel's going to go live. And then we're going to try to make sure that we keep this energy going. Also with our channel, we can bring on guests. Because here, we couldn't. We couldn't bring, so like...
Probably could.
I mean, I don't know if we could because they didn't work here.
That didn't stop us before.
Yeah, but... that's true.
We've had guests that didn't work here.
Oh, yeah, that's
Nobody's just said anything.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we got approval for it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like during the pandemic, like I didn't, like I had to ask that for you to be able to come back.
Right.
But like if it's our channel,
yeah,
like Lauren could come back. Like I don't know if they would, how they would feel.
Okay, so
about
they said they can't find the YouTube. We made the YouTube channel. We know it exists. Let me see.
We need to record something and put it up there and be like, hey.
Honestly, I think that might be what it is because there's actually no video content on the YouTube channel yet. It probably doesn't show up yet.
Yeah. So we're gonna record like some type of trailer, teaser, something. And
I mean, we'll probably do a trailer reaction tomorrow because you still haven't seen that.
I haven't seen
Umbrella
that.
Academy, right?
Or the Idris Elba and George Miller's new movie.
I don't even know that's a thing.
What?
So I guess we're gonna have some reaction videos for y'all.
George Miller dropped a new movie with Idris Elba, like 3,000. I forget what it's called, but I think he's a black genie.
All right. Cool.
I'm not sure if I made that up. I just saw it.
So everybody, we want to bring back Lauren. Lauren has always been welcome on the channel.
Yeah.
But Lauren is doing big things in her new life.
Yes,
so,
3,000 years of yearning. Yes, thank you.
So
thank you, Base.
Lauren has been doing new things in her new life. So if she wants to come back, she is welcome. We just have to see.
And Chris 24, I have not watched Raised by Wolves season 2 yet because I am still traumatized by season
Space
1.
Leroy?
Yeah, that white woman got him.
You be looking at Katie every day, be like,
son, there'd be some days I was like, I remember one day I told her, you mean? She was like, what? I was like, why do you hit me? And she was like, she was like, stop telling people that. I was like, stop hitting me. And so yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, the movie looks wild. I've only seen the poster, and Idris Elba was with his shirt off. And I mean, that right there is going to get a lot of people. Idris Elba ain't got no shirt on, so I mean that's gonna get people showing up.
I love it.
So also guys, Stranger Things, Baby Toshiro, good job. For Stranger Things, stay away from Monopoly set. The Monopoly set will spoil Stranger Things. And the creators of Stranger Things 4 is mad as hell. So stay away from any of the toys or merchandise for Stranger Things 4. They are pissed.
Okay.
So remember how like in Civil War, Carlos de Leon is back. Hey, what's up? So remember in Civil War,
Carlos de Leon, we have a new channel that we're starting called We Trying. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram.
You can't find us on YouTube yet.
I think there's some way you can.
There's got to be a way. We just don't know it.
Yeah, we just don't know it.
But remember in Civil War when they released the Giant Man Funko Pop, and then that told people that Giant Man was in Civil War? That's kind of what's happened with this Monopoly. So I'm warning you, I don't know what it is. It hasn't been spoiled for me. But stay away from any toys or any merchandise from Stranger Things 4. Because stuff has been coming out that's been leaking what the ending of the actual show.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to put that out there because we talked about spoilers, and I apologize for spoiling stuff. I wasn't trying to be a dick about it, or be an ass about it, but I know that bothers me too. So you guys, appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this going, but little update, my little one comes in maybe 3 weeks. Maybe 2, I don't know. He's big. His head is big. That's why sometimes I wonder if he's mine, because my head ain't been that big. So, I've said that before. Evan is cute. Like, I look at Evan and I'm like, is he really mine? And Katie's like, he looks like both of us. And I'm like, no, he does not. He is attractive. So, yeah.
These are the faces that I would make as Leroy says stuff.
And this is why we go beyond. We try.
We try. We're going to be on a different channel. Can't wait.
That's why we go beyond. We try.
Yes. Okay. Great.
But yeah, so my little one's coming. His name is Owen.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So it'll be Owen. It'll be Evan and Owen. So yeah, so he's showing up whenever he wants to. My wife is irritable. She's not happy.
I feel like this has become a grievance show for you now.
They're not really a grievance. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying she's not happy because she's ready for him to come. She's like, I'm ready for him to get out of my body, because she feels like Hermione's handbag right now.
All right. Wow. Deep reference. All right. It's good.
That was a deep cut.
Yeah.
You liked it though, didn't you?
I mean, it was good. It made me think
I didn't come up with that though.
Oh, she did?
Her friend did.
Oh, okay.
She called her today and was like, "You still feel like Hermione's handbag?" And I was like,
Wow.
I had to turn away because I didn't want her to see her laughing at me. Me
Okay.
laughing at her.
Cool.
So yeah. So there's a lot of stuff we got to review. A lot of stuff we got to do. We're gonna have more stuff. Michael's gonna go hard into these games and educate me because I just like to kill people on video games. And Michael's like, "You got to play this." Ori, Will of the Wisp was one of the games he talked about. What's the chef game that you put me on?
Overcooked?
Overcooked. Me and my wife play that. I didn't realize that
There's
was
other stuff besides killing people?
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, you don't have to chop everybody's head off.
You don't have to.
I was like, oh, maybe that's what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna try to do some more things.
All right.
I
We
think
done.
that's it. Yeah, we're out. Hey,
We'll see y'all. Hopefully, we'll see y'all next
Hey,
week.
we really appreciate you guys.
Sticking with
Tell
us.
your friends, spread the word. We really appreciate this because this has been my place of peace. I wasn't able to do it last week. I wasn't feeling that great. That boy kicked my ass last week.
Another one coming.
I know. Woo!
Oh, man.
I don't even know if I want him yet. I didn't come up with that either.
I hope your children never see this channel.
A stand-up comedian said that. He was, what's his name?
Oh, what got you through the week?
Comics.
Okay.
Son, I have been, the library, y'all, go to your local library. I have been reading. When I tell you I cannot wait for this channel so I can start telling y'all about all these books I've been reading, man.
I've been playing Halo Infinite. Finally got around to playing the single player campaign. Enjoying that a lot.
I thought you were already playing it.
No, I was playing the multiplayer when it came out.
You were playing multiplayer?
Yeah.
That's a big
I wasn't good at it.
Yo, that's a big deal because you don't play that.
Well, at the time, all I could play was multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because the campaign hadn't come out yet till whenever. Finally started playing that.
That's a big
Somebody
deal.
asked me the last time we were streaming if I had downloaded Trek to Yomi. I have downloaded Trek to Yomi. I'm enjoying that. It's a little weird. I like the diorama style look of the game, but because of the way it looks, it's sometimes hard to tell where to go with your character. I guess that's just the what it is for the game, but it's a fun game. That is a game that's on Xbox Game Pass right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about some Fox game, right?
Oh, Tunic. Yeah, I need to go back and play. Get back to Tunic, but yeah.
Parenting Hell podcast? I may check that out, yeah. So for me it was comics. Comics and watching Halo. And I know Halo's not a good show, and we're going to review it because we really have a lot to talk about when it comes to that. I know Halo is not a great show, but Pablo Schreiber, brother of Liev Schreiber, is it Liev?
Liev or Liev, I don't know.
Liev, he has embodied Master Chief the way your boy is the Mandalorian.
Sure.
In my opinion, I believe he is Master Chief.
Okay. That's a tease. You can't start talking about this because then they're going to start chatting.
Oh, yeah. So we got to go. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to go because I got pizza coming to the house, and I'm hungry, and I haven't eaten all day.
Cool.
All right, we're out.
We out.
Stay safe. Is it this one? Mm-hmm. In stream.